So, there are quite a lot of weapons in Cyberpunk, weapons ranging from shotguns to sniper rifles to even a very questionable phallic object. And since there are so many weapons in Cyberpunk, I've decided to lock myself to only using one weapon for the entire game, that being the baseball bat. So the rules for the challenge is as follows. I'm not allowed to do any damage with anything other than the baseball bat. No guns, no grenades, no quick hacks allowed. I am allowed to use skills and perks such as throwing enemies at other enemies, since you have to do baseball bat damage first to actually be able to throw them. Parts where I can't use a baseball bat, that being Johnny's memories, is fine since I'm locked into using Johnny's pistol, and also the tutorial as well, since there's no way to get a baseball bat before that. This also includes Arasaka Tower as well, since there is no baseball bat there as well. That concludes all the rules for the run, but other than that, everything else goes. Now that that's out the way, let's move on to the challenge run. Don't have to, but please do. It would be an hour. Okay, so actually moving on into the game, I decided to pick the hard start just because I think it's like the definitive way to play the game, like the definitive difficulty. So that's why I pick it. We then go over just to create our character, and I pick the street kid life path, just because I think it'd make more sense for a street kid to use a baseball bat. I didn't really think too heavily into it, I just picked it because street kid, baseball bat kind of makes sense. For stats, I dump everything into body and technical ability with, I think I had 1 point left over for reflexes. I did this just because for obviously body, more melee damage is kind of a no-brainer. But for technical ability, for more cyberware, because it has obviously a perk which lets you get more cyberware, the higher like technical ability you have, which really helps with like keeping myself alive basically and doing more damage with a baseball bat. So after rearranging our nose, we get this job from this sketchy guy to go steal a car. When we go steal the car, we get robbed again by Jackie, and then taken by the police, get our face kicked in, and then we have to rearrange our nose again. After going through just the normal Cyberpunk tutorial, this is where the challenge starts. We have free reign to go actually get a baseball bat from the melee vendor. So then the challenge can actually start, and from now on we only use a baseball bat when we can, basically. So I lied, we didn't actually buy a baseball bat, we actually found one in our storage thing here. As a yellow baseball bat. Now, this baseball bat will literally always be yellow throughout the entire game. I literally never get any other baseball bat other than this yellow baseball bat, or like a yellow studded baseball bat. Other than that, it will literally be either yellow or golden, depending on which baseball bat I get. But yeah, pretty good that there is already just a baseball bat in the cache that we can use, so we don't have to go out and actually search for one. After waking up from our nap the night before, I decided to put on some new drip, and then I go meet Jackie to get my car. We also go over to Vic's clinic to get just the basic upgrades that you get normally at the start of the game. Now, the reason why I'm moving through this section at like breakneck speed basically is nothing happens. I've got like nothing to say because it's just a regular like normal start. The challenge has started, but like we haven't got onto any side quests since this is like a required mission. After this, we do some side quests to like level up and stuff, just so we're ready for like the later on quests, and we're actually like gonna have fun with the challenge basically, not get my ass kicked. Test how the baseball bat is. Okay, so moving on, we go do some just normal gigs around the area, just to get some XP and stuff after Vic's. We do this one to get this guy's eye back, and as you can see, the baseball bat is kind of putting in work. It's not bad for like a starting weapon, but I did almost die here to this guy with the shotgun. I really should have like went into more like of a dodge playstyle than like a berserk, because like it was really hard at the start of the game when I was just getting my ass kicked all the time and my health was just dropping. It does get better in the challenge and do become pretty OP, but for now it's going to be a big struggle, especially in these gigs where all I can use is this dinky black baseball bat. So after doing those jobs, I decided to go just continue on with the main story. We meet Dexter Deshawn, and then we go over to do the Maelstrom job first, just because, in my opinion, I think the brain dance mission is kind of boring on like subsequent playthroughs, just because like we know what's going to happen with the brain dance, we know what we're doing, we know what we're looking for basically. So yeah, we decided to go do the Maelstrom because that's actually got some combat to do. So yeah, we take down Rice and then we switch over to the baseball bat to actually start getting some damage in on some of the enemies here. Now the heavy attack on this baseball bat is actually single-handedly saved my life loads of times, like right here. It knocks an enemy down, which makes it so they can't like shoot anymore and they can't do any damage basically. And then I can go over and just start like wailing on them with the bat for some free damage basically.
Oh, he's crying.
So here I put some perks into the Wrecking Ball skill just to unlock the second tier, which lets me charge on enemies and stun them. Now this skill is actually pretty important to the run, as without it I wouldn't be able to just stun enemies and would just take loads of damage from wailing on them in front of their face while they're shooting me in the face. So yeah, it's pretty important to the run, I would say. Moving on here, I actually want to talk about the Netrunner enemies. Since I don't have much range at all, these enemies always seem to just get their quick hacks off, and I don't have any ice cyberware to like make the quick hack time like longer as well. So I just kind of have to deal with the extra damage or spontaneously combusting or just the extra blindness that comes with these quick hack enemies, unfortunately.
Yeah. But my God. This isn't very good cover. Dang. Right. I'll get loot. Need my money and need my components. I hit him in the back of the head. Oh, fuck it. Oh. Dang. Oh. Boss fight isn't here.
Now, I actually wanted to fight Brick here, since it would be my first boss fight, and I wanted the extra XP for killing them. But he just didn't show up at all. I think it might have been something to do with me just knocking him out with the strength check, so he's just having a really good time sleeping on the floor, where we've got the robot, but who knows. So after going through the brain dance quest, the most boring quest in the world, we can actually move on to the Arasaka Tower heist quest. Now, in the whole of the Arasaka Tower, there's actually not one baseball bat, and I mean not a single one in the entire tower. So as rules apply, I'm just going to go through and knock everyone out with stealth, since that's not technically killing them, just putting them into a nice little sleep so we can sneak by without triggering combat. Now, everything was going along pretty smoothly with knocking enemies out until I get to this lift door here. I don't know why, but trying to knock out all these enemies here was just actually the second hardest part of the run, because the pathing is just so unlucky with the enemies sometimes, and how slow it is to actually knock out enemies like stealthily, like Pacifist. I got detected more than once here, so yeah, that was pretty annoying. What I actually ended up doing was slightly glitching the game to make it so like this guy would walk down this corridor, so I could quickly knock him out and hide the body and then grab the key card and then just make a break for the elevator so we could actually progress with the Arasaka Tower. So moving on, we actually get forced into another mandatory gun section. So we deal with the drones. Jackie dies in the car, totally not the most foreshadowed death in gaming.
I'm sorry.
And we get a new breathing hole in the shape of a bullet to the forehead.
There we go.
So I'm just going to skip past the Johnny sections. There's nothing really of note there. If you've played Cyberpunk, you know how it goes, basically. Anyways, after waking up now with a certain Matrix running, gun toting terrorist in our head, I decided to change my character to reflect my emergency lobotomy and head out to go meet Takamura. Also, I'm not going to include much stream audio in the video because my microphone was pretty fucked here. I don't know what's going on with this microphone in particular. Every time I have my fan on, it just seems to turn me into a robot. So yeah, I'm not going to include much stream audio or stream moments because it's still not be very good to like hear or watch, basically. So actually, before meeting Takamura, I decided to go do some side quests just to get some levels in, basically. I also decided to grab a Berserk beforehand just to give me some extra boost in damage, and if I really need to use it in a tight bind, to just stop me from dying, because the Berserk I have stops you from going below 25% health or 20% health or 20 health. I can't remember what it actually does, but all I know, it stops you from dying, basically. I also quickly head over to Ripperdoc to get some more cyberware just to see what I can get, basically. The lower levels really stop you from getting your cyberware slots filled out, as you never really have enough of the yellow bar to actually fill out every slot until you're level 60. Obviously it's built that way to stop you from maxing out cyberware early, but you can't even do that anyways because you don't even make enough money early game to be able to fill out your cyberware slots, so I don't really see the point in it. After that, I decided to do some more side content just to level up. This part of the VOD, I'm just going to call it the Great Level Grind, as I do tons and tons of side content before actually going to meet Takamura. The bat itself is actually not doing too bad anymore. I unlocked the charge skill that me stun enemies, so it's actually building up to be a viable playstyle with the bat. Here I actually 1v1 a melee cyber psycho and figure out that parrying in this game is quite good. Parrying actually comes in clutch in some cases, as it doesn't even have a cooldown on how many times you can parry someone or multiple people. Just get the timing down and you're set really for instant kills. Okay, so actually moving on to go meet Takamura. I talked to him just to get the main story quests, and then the first one we go to do is actually going to meet Rogue and Panam for Hellman. I don't really have a reason behind doing this. It really doesn't matter in which order you do the main quests. I just decided to go with that one first because it was the most convenient at the time. So following along with the quest, we meet Panam and then have the most boring driving section in the world. We actually end up in Rocky Ridge where we find Panam's car, don't follow her plan at all, and just go and swing with the baseball bat, since stealth is for pussies around here. I also follow Panam on her revenge mission because XP is XP, then have a nice little nap in the worst motel outside of Nice City.
Jesus Christ! Hell. This is what fucked up, bro.
So after our 24-hour nap, we meet up with Panam to go down Hellman's AV with an EMP. Here I'm also shoved into another mandatory gun section in the form of a turret to shoot down these drones.
I'm a bit blind, okay.
After the gun breaks, Panam decides to have a lovely one-to-one conversation with a turret and ends up getting a bullet to the liver, which is totally not fatal as she takes the equivalent of a stim pack from Fallout and is right as rain. We reach the downed AV and I obviously don't bother going in stealth and decide to just jump straight in and start knocking heads together like I have a vendetta against AI. Probably the worst enemies to fight is these massive drones. They have smart targeting weapons that can shoot you behind cover and also don't stagger and just take loads of damage. I had to use a lot of my healing items here and Berserk to just get this drone down.
Oh my god. Christ. Come on. I gotta hit. This turret's not killing me though. How do I? Oh, you know. Trying to sit there like a baseball bat.
Once the drone is down, Panam decides to want to finish the job the drone started and try to run me over. After that, I try to go open the door to the AV and Mitch is having a lovely tea party with this pilot. Since I can't use a gun, however, I just sit and spectate while I wait for Panam to end up shooting the pilot and just get all the credit for saving Mitch anyways.
I didn't have to do it.
Are you alright? Just some scratches.
Oof.
After that whole debacle, I go find Hellman chilling in this absolutely dinky gas station, charge straight in with no plan at all and instantly die.
What the fuck? What did I get blown up by? Shit.
Trying that again and it actually goes way better than last time. Even find one guy trying to blend in with the floor to hide from me and ended up clearing out the whole gas station and finding Hellman upstairs hiding like an absolute pussy.
Hey.
Just remember, you have Hellman and that's one hell of a card.
So after finding out that the chip obviously can't be removed, big surprise there, we start spitting red coloured happy juice from our lungs and move on to the next main story quest.
Still want to find Parker? Shape you're in?
You will see the difference. I will give you full bucket.
So before actually moving on to the next main story quest, I go to try find the supercar in the blue crate back at that cave we went to with Panam. I end up not finding it as it's gated until way later in the game and I just never come back to it because I forget it exists after leaving this cave. After that, we go to Cloud to find Evelyn and find out she's not here, but that she went to a rubber duck named Fingers. Probably the worst name in Cyberpunk, my god. We interrogate Fingers on where Evelyn is and find out she was given us some scavers but don't know where. We do another Brain Dad's editing section, oh my god, and find out she's at this electric corp plant. Making it to where Evelyn is, we smack around some Russians and find her in the basement of the plant and take her back to Judy's where we do another brain dance section to find out who her employers are. So right now as it stands, the baseball bat run is actually getting really overpowered here. We're borderline one-shotting enemies with it with the slam attack and the charge attack. It's just getting really good at this point. Pairing that with Berserk as well and the healing item upgrades, we're just basically unstoppable with this baseball bat. Next up, we head over to Pacifica to make contact with the Voodoo boys, sick name by the way, and end up meeting Placide, who is such a charismatic character. Also around here I unlocked the slam down ability, which lets me jump off a high place and slam my baseball bat on the ground, which basically destroys everything that it hits, making us a walking, talking human missile strike in the shape of a head injury patient with a bright yellow baseball bat. Heading over to the Grand Imperial Mall, we of course ignore Placide telling us to go in stealth because stealth is for pussies.
That's the shot I need.
I love the action.
Get on his shit!
I don't even need to do this quiet.
After smashing our way through the gym like a bull in a Chinese shop, we finally reach our first proper story boss fight of the run, Hilda. Now, most people switch to a gun here, as 1v1 a very strong melee character with a melee weapon wouldn't be the best choice, but since we obviously can't do that, I decided to get first hit in and run in swinging. We do about 1% of our health on every swing, and when we get crits, which is the most important thing, we do around 30 to 40%, so this really wasn't a hard fight. Not going to lie, she is also a very slow character, which made it easy to not even dodge her attacks but to walk out the way from them. She does however grab us with her inject attack, but I think her AI glitches out here as he just sits and lets us wail on her until she goes down. Not really sure what happened here, I guess Cyberpunk just being Cyberpunk. Anyways, we take this opportunity to end the life of Hilga and then get over to the Netwatch agent. We decide to not fuck over the Voodoo boys and get fried for our loyalty. Go figures. But we don't die because of plot armor, I guess, and make our way back to the traitors to find out what they can do about the chip. Long story short, we go into another one of Johnny's memories, which is in fact one-to-one with the handbook of the tabletop version of the start of Cyberpunk 2013. Contact up beyond the black wall and get told to get Soul Killer inside of Arasaka Tower.
Best runner Night City's ever seen can't bust into Mikoshi on her own?
I am a well-known threat there. They have a layer of black ice with my name on it. Literally.
Kinda like a custom-made prison jumpsuit.
I refuse to be caged in there ever again.
What can you do for me, exactly? Everyone I've met so far said I'm too far gone.
By everyone, you mean Hellman? Saburo's personal ass munch?
With the Soul Killer resident inside Mikoshi, I will create a construct of you, then disentangle your neural network from Johnny's. I shall then inject your engram back into your mortal form.
So, you'll save my life, but flatline me along the way.
Your consciousness, neural engrams, will be recorded as data. The rest will cease to exist.
The rest?
The soul. I did not grant the program its name, but Soul Killer does precisely what it promises to do.
Christ, I don't want to listen to this bullshit. V just hops back into his body, right? Nothing changes.
Everything changes. You know this well.
Right, so we got a plan.
But how will you reach Mikoshi? I've created armies that failed to breach it.
They were children of the net. There's your problem. We're banking on the human factor. We'll crack a window, slip you into Mikoshi.
Johnny, embellishes, in case you hadn't noticed. You don't trust him, which is fine. But you have my word, we'll slip you inside Mikoshi while keeping you out of harm's way.
I believe this human factor and I have things in common.
So, we agreed?
Yes, we are agreed. Find a path into Mikoshi. I shall prepare a program to help you navigate the local net.
How will I contact you once I'm ready?
This is a BBS address. It will be our secure communication channel.
Voodoo boys, what about them?
They shall let you pass unharmed. Those were our terms.
And then I decide to kill all the Voodoo boys for double-crossing me, as it's the most satisfying way to end this quest in my opinion. Getting to the Placide boss fight, he surprisingly did a lot of damage to me, making me auto-use one of my healing items. So I decided to knock on Berserk and wheel some damage on him, and afterwards he switches to a machete, which undoubtedly makes this way easier for me, since I can now just parry loop and one-shot him. After that, we have a nice little talk with Johnny and then head off to go meet Takamura. Another boring driving section later, we meet with Wakako and now we have to go wait for Takamura to get back to us, which gives us a good time to go grind out some side quests for some extra levels. Nothing really of note happens in the side quest. I see some cool cars plus a police car as well and drive around for a bit completing who knows what. After that, we go meet with Takamura to do some reconnaissance just to see how we're going to hijack Hanako's float, and we're stuck waiting again. This time I just wait a day since we're pretty OP to the point where we don't really need to be doing side quests anymore for any more levels. So moving on to go hack Hanako's float. Again, Takamura urges stealth, and what I say to that is... we make our way through the Arasaka base, find the float and do whatever you need to do while smacking heads together with my trusty yellow bright baseball bat.
Yeah, that's a cool armor.
Okay, float's ours to do with as we please. We fly to Tokyo if we want.
We leave and talk to Takamura one last time to start the mission to grab Hanako. Getting to and taking down the 3 snipers in this mission was not hard at all, as they only took about 1 or 2 hits to actually go down. After dispatching the snipers, I go into the boss fight with Oda. Now this is actually a little bit tricky as Oda is a really strong melee character, so in bat against Mantis blades you can actually see how disadvantaged I am. But with some extra level dodging and a lot of running away, I actually do end up beating Oda with the baseball bat. I don't kill him because I don't want to piss Takamura off and move on to the cutscene where Takamura induces sleep time on Hanako and kidnaps her.
Well, we should try to rock.
Ram! Shit!
He shot her.
Well, now
We go tell Hanako that her brother killed her dad, and for that we get our base raided by some Rust players. Luckily the floor falls beneath us and we can fight our way through some Arasaka soldiers to get onto the street and not die. I also decided to save Takamura as well for seemingly no reason, as I'm not going to go for the devil ending, but so it doesn't really matter. But anyways. After talking with Hanako, we get that dreaded quest and move on to go through Johnny's stuff to unlock Rogue to help us storm Arasaka Tower. Now, I did try to do the Don't Fear the Reaper ending, which is my favourite ending in the game, but I simply couldn't because I'm just not the right level for it and it would take me another VOD just to get to the right level. So that's why I decided just to go for the Rogue ending. Plus, I wanted the gold baseball bat that you get from gathering the band members for Johnny's final concert as well, since that does more damage as the legendary version of a baseball bat, which would just help us more in the final quest anyways. Anyway, we go raid Adam Smasher's ship to get Johnny's gun, which we don't use, but also get Johnny's car, which we do use, and is my favourite car in the game. We then move on to go help Johnny make amends with Rogue and Kerry as well. After all that, we can actually move on to storming Arasaka Tower as Johnny. Luckily, we can use our weapons here as normal, as Johnny, so we can fight through Arasaka Tower pretty easily and end up at the Adam Smasher fight. Now, the Adam Smasher fight was actually kind of hard. I didn't die once, but trying not to die was actually the hard part. Adam Smasher is so ungodly fast for his size, trying to get any hits in are few and far between. The tactic I used, if you can even call it that, was to fucking wing it and just run up every time he finished his attacks to wail on him with everything I had. I ran around the arena to heal and basically did this until he died and I got the win. We bonk Adam Smasher one more time for good measure, plug ourselves into Mikoshi and take a dip in the vat of coolant for a supercomputer, talk to Alt and let Johnny leave, with her leaving V in his own body and proving yes, you can beat Cyberpunk 2077 with only a baseball bat.
Oh, epilepsy warning here, like. Oh, bitrate is tanking!
So, I'm going completely off script because this is the first video I've made a script for, and actually I think it went really well. Anyways, this comes to the end of the video here with the Cyberpunk battle run. Yeah, this. God, I forgot so much shit. This was a really good run. I feel like I love Cyberpunk with all of my heart. It's probably one of my favorite. It's probably one of the top 5 favorite games ever. Even when it came out, even when it was filled with shit. So I'm quite glad to have done a Cyberpunk video. Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed or you reached to this part of the video. I might make this a staple where I just dump what I'm thinking at the end of every video, because that'll probably be best. Yeah, I had a lot of fun making this. It's like currently 11 o'clock at night, so I'm gonna have to like quickly wrap this up, render it, and then upload it literally in the span of 30 minutes. But yeah, no, I really hope you did reach to the end of the video. If you do, please give me a like, please give me a subscribe. It really does help me out at the end of the day. In terms of what's coming next, it's probably going to be the Borderlands random weapon on every kill run. Yeah. Also, quick update. I mean, I did post it on my VODs, but obviously no one watches my VODs channel. So, quick update on what's going on with streaming. I'm going to take a bit of a break from streaming at the moment, because I feel like I don't feel like it's really going anywhere. I feel like, well, obviously, that's what streaming does. Like, I know streaming doesn't really go anywhere ever unless like you already have a thing, so I might come back to it one day, but right now I only want to focus on YouTube at the moment, because that's where I'm having my most fun, basically. So there'll be no live streams until I want to, basically. So VOD's channel is going to remain dormant for quite a long while, but there'll still be shorts and stuff on YouTube and stuff, which is where all my main stuff is going to be. So watch out for that, basically. But in terms of that's all I have to say. There's probably no one reached the end of this, but if you have, hello, hi, please subscribe if you want to see more of this, because I try to upload weekly. But it's getting real hard in terms of like editing these videos, because they are long ass VODs. So that's why I try to like shorten them down and stuff when I stream. But anyways, that'll get all fixed out once I, just do it all myself. I would like recording off OBS and stuff. I don't know why I'm saying all this. This is just a really big hodgepodge of shit. Anyways, that's all I have to say for now. I really hope you enjoyed the video. And in terms of that's all I have to say. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.